Hello, everybody. You're watching the English Speedrun Restream of RTA in Japan. Reminder that RTA in Japan is benefiting Doctors Without Borders, or MSF. Doctors Without Borders provides medical assistance to people around the world affected by conflict, epidemics, disasters, or exclusion from healthcare. You can use !donate to donate towards RTA in Japan. Up next, as we said, we have Final Fight, Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle, and with me, I have moonblazewolf.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? We're gonna also have another commentator joining us shortly. BahamutX will be along in a moment. But yeah, I'm happy to commentate. We're going to be commentating the next two runs, Final Fight and River City Girls 0. We got a fun kind of like arcade beat 'em up block coming up, and I think a lot of people maybe know me as more of an RPG speedrunner, but I secretly love beat 'em ups, so it's going to be really fun.
And looks like we're going into the run.
Awesome.
RTA in Japan ご覧の皆様こんばんは。
Oh, and immediately the runner has a fantastic cosplay. I'm trying to figure out what character this is. If anyone calls it out, I would love to see it. Otherwise, I will notice at some point during the run, and I'll just be like, "Oh, it's that one. It's that character."
街を支配する巨大な暴力集団に3人の男たちが挑んでいきます。ゲームのタイプとしてはベルトスクロールタイプのゲームになり、2D で描かれたキャラクターが疑似 3D の中で、戦い、1対1の乱闘ができる、そういうゲームになっております。この後に控えております国尾たちの挽回や、姉さんといったゲームも同じタイプのゲームになりますね。でこのゲーム、ゲームセンターで稼働してたゲームということで100円を入れてプレイするゲームなんです。100円を入れることでプレイヤーが3人買いまして、その3人がやられてしまったら諦めてゲームオーバーになるか、もう100円を入れてプレイヤーを買うか、そういうのが選べるゲームなわけです。そのため、最初の100円で3人でクリアするというワンコインクリアというのがありますね。それがゲームセンターでは腕の証だったわけです。今回 RTA in Japan.
Oh, his name's Guy.
Yeah, the character's name is Guy, and the runner is going to be using Guy in the run, and then the other characters are Cody and Hagar, who I think I don't remember for sure, but I know when I played this game on the SNES, I do not remember Guy being an option. I thought it was just, so maybe it's like a New Game Plus, or it's like a arcade specific, or maybe I just have a really bad memory. That is also entirely possible. So.
じゃあちょっと待ってください。
Yeah, runner's gonna be playing as Guy. There's some good movement tech that Guy can do. Beyond that, I'm not sure if there are any specific advantages to using Guy. He's short. He's the shortest. That is what you can know about Guy. All right, and Baron is underway. The run begins in the slum is the first area. The first thing you're going to notice is the movement tech. So Guy can do a backward somersault like this. And there's a couple things about this run specifically that are going to be really important to know for the combat. And I really wish when I watched Baron's PB video for this run, he had a hand cam, and so I'm presuming he is using the same setup as he did on his PB video, and there's a couple interesting things to note. So first of all, he's using an arcade stick, and he's also using turbo. You might think, gosh, using turbo seems like it would be really make a beat 'em up game really easy, and I assure you it is not, because what he is having to do is when he's doing the basic attacks, that is the only time I believe he's using turbo. But he has to interrupt the chain of attacks, so you'll see him turn the opposite direction from the direction that he's punching in. Like right now, it's like every third punch, he'll kind of turn to the right. What he is doing there is he's actually interrupting his combo so he can keep the boss stun locked. and he's having to do that manually with a flick of the joystick to do a directional input in the opposite direction from which he's the way he's punching. So really interesting. You'll also see the runner at a few points doing kind of like some knee attacks. That is, I believe, more of like a finisher that just does extra damage, as opposed to doing the basic attacks, which kind of is going to be able to keep everything stun locked. The other thing you're going to see as the runner is moving through the levels is he's going to be doing a lot of crowd control. And what I mean by that is making sure that all of the enemies are on the same side of the screen, so that when the turbo inputs are being done, they are just targeting them as a group. He'll also be doing throws, like right here in the subway car is a perfect example. He's doing the backflips through as far as he can go to kind of aggro the enemies, and then he's going to start throwing them to the left. And then that way, when the attacks start happening, he'll be able to hit multiple enemies with the same attack, and he'll be able to keep them kind of grouped together. Now, if he loses that kind of like crowd control, the best reset that he can do is that whirlwind kick. That'll kind of like knock everybody down and allow him to move out of danger and kind of start resetting things again. So one other interesting thing I noticed from when I was watching the run before the event is when the runner will use weapons from time to time, but when he uses the weapons, that is not a turbo input. He is actually just like doing a single input at a very specific rhythm to, again, kind of maintain that crowd control. So this is going really well so far. I see Bahamut has joined me. Good morning, Bahamut.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing good. This is fun. Love my beat 'em up speedruns. I know you do too.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was watching some of this last night, and crazy how fast this thing goes.
Yeah, and there's some really good tech. I think that the turbo can be maybe a little bit misleading if you're watching this run, and I don't know if you watched his SRC video, where he had the hand cam. Like the hand cam was really interesting to watch for this run, I will say.
Oh, cool. Yes, I actually did watch it on YouTube last night, and I wasn't looking at the controller, but I did kind of notice that like each level he was jumping backwards, which I'm guessing was either to either go faster or maybe that also attacks in case there's an enemy there, and like my understanding kind of gathers everybody up and then hits them all at once at the end.
Yeah, I don't think he's deliberately trying to attack while he's doing the somersault backflips, but I do think if an enemy comes into contact with that move, it will damage them. So it does count as an attack.
That's what I was kind of thinking, just from my limited knowledge of this run.
Yeah, I mean, my knowledge of this game is mostly just like I played this game a lot on the SNES. I don't know about you.
I think I just played a little bit, either on the SNES or maybe the arcade or something like that when I was a kid. But I think I've watched people play this a little bit too.
Oh, my car. Does he say, oh, my car? Oh, my. I wrote this down because it was funny. No, he says, oh, my God. After the car is destroyed, which is a very classic I'm gonna say Final Fantasy a few times, I'm sure. Very classic final fight thing. So. Okay, and also Zelo in chat confirming that Guy was cut from the SNES version of this game. So, hooray! I'm not getting old and forgetful. I'm just getting old. So. I also just really like the character, like the enemies in this game are so iconic as well, and some of that is just because they were based on actual mostly pro wrestlers at the time. So you'll see Andore a lot, basically Andre the Giant, of course. There's one right there.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
But just a lot of very, very interesting sprite and character designs, I will say. I think this is the first time we have the fire enemies. Also, the characters that throw those the dynamite. Those are pretty dangerous.
頑張っていきたいと思います。さあバーを出ようとする。
Yeah, I've definitely played this game in the arcade, but I believe I mainly played it in the arcade as an adult, going to like barcades and stuff now. So, all right, we got 2 Andores here. You end up in like wrestling rings and like fighting rings a lot in this game.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Good example of the weapon tech there, just to kind of group them together and then use the sword.
Oh yeah, definitely grouping together. I think probably is a standard with beat 'em up games because you know, our next game, River City Girls 0, which I've played some, but I'm more familiar with River City Girls. Definitely a thing as you do is you group as many enemies as you can together and fight them at the same time.
Yeah, and for me, the beat 'em up that I've speedrun the most is TMNT Shredder's Revenge, and you definitely do that in that game as well.
Yeah, I did play through that with a friend a while back. Very cool throwback to the old game from the 90s. I definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I had a brief flirtation with speedrunning that game, but it was mostly social and just fun for me. So
Nice.
I really enjoyed playing as April. April was good in that game.
I don't know who I played, but yeah, it's definitely fun to play with friends. Just kind of like the original arcade game. Did you play the original arcade TMNT?
Oh yeah,
When we were kids?
yeah. I think that's honestly like those arcade games from back in the 90s are the reason that I love this genre so much. Not just because the game, I mean, the games themselves are very just like fun, like, you know, comfort food, but also just like I have so many good memories of like playing those games with my friends and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, me too. That, you know, TMNT, Simpsons were the biggest ones for sure. And before River City Girls, I enjoy playing beat 'em up games, but I've never really been good at beat 'em up games before River City Girls.
Well, I have, you know, the same experience when I tried to speedrun TMNT, so, you know, it's definitely not a requirement that you're like innately good at these games or any game that you're trying to speedrun. Like you can just speedrun something because you think it's fun and just get as good as you're able to get at it, and I love that about speedrunning. So
Me too. I'm living proof. I know of my own runs. With River City Girls, I've mentioned my story of, you know, how long it took me to go from really horrible at the game to getting a time that's within minutes of the world record. So it was an amazing experience for me.
yeah, and you got to run it at a GDQ, which how cool is that?
I know, and I get to have the greatest commentator help commentate me.
Oh gosh. No, this is just fun. I'm glad you were available because I just when I found out the English Restream was happening and that I wanted to help, I was like, there's probably one game on the schedule I could have solo commentated myself reasonably well, and it already had commentators. So I was like, you know, I just want to like find some games that I either enjoy or would be fun to commentate with a friend. So here we are.
Thanks for asking me.
Of course.
Fun to do this with you.
Yeah, I'm really happy that English Restream exists and is putting this on. So, oh gosh, we're starting to get like the clumps of like the really hard enemies now too. So, we're already up to the level 4 boss, by the way. We're halfway through the run. This is Relento, but you know, another stun lock by the runner. This is going very smoothly so far. There's only 2 areas left, but first the glass factory, which seems very uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, definitely.
いいですね。さて私この今やってるガイの記録で世界2位を持っておりますが、なぜ主人公たちがガラスを壊しているのか未だに分かりません。深い理由があるとは思うんですけれどね。
I just noticed below the minimap it says the Atlantic Ocean, so I guess we're in New York.
Oh, yeah. I guess I hadn't seen that when I
do think I remember seeing the Statue of Liberty as well, so that makes sense. Oh, there's a cute dog on this level too. There isn't going to be any new tech in this level, but there is a cute dog.
Enjoying watching the fight.
He'll catch those the enemies that run with their heads down, the fact that he can catch them with those turbo attacks is really just like, that's the one thing about the turbo that I actually get a little jealous about watching it.
I said this beginning, but what is turbo just means it goes faster, or what does turbo mean?
So the turbo specifically allows him to do those kind of like stun lock attacks. But I'll kind of just do a quick recap for everybody who maybe is waking up like us and just tuning in. So it allows him to do those strings of basic attacks. For anything else outside of that, he is not using turbo at all. Like any of the throws, any of the somersault kicks, stuff like that, he's all doing that manually. So it's just those basic attacks that can stun lock some enemies. But even with that, he has to interrupt the turbo every I believe it's every fourth attack. He has to do a directional input in the opposite direction of the direction that he's doing the turbo attacks to interrupt it. Otherwise, he'll knock the enemies back when he doesn't mean to, and he'll have to like wait for them to get up potentially. So there's a rhythm to the turbo attacks that is also very skillful. It's not like he's just holding down the attack button for easy mode or something like that. It does enable the stun locking, but when you see how many enemies the game is going to throw, like already right now, like just came onto a screen with like 7 of those firebomb throwing enemies, like, I mean, it's fine. The game is also not being particularly fair, so.
Turbo, so like the controller turbo. I remember turbo controllers.
Yeah, I assume it's a function on the controller, because it says on the screen the runner's playing on a PS4, so this is a console run. But I believe this version of the game is available on PC also. But don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. Puxel in chat saying Final Fight is in Metro City. Okay, thank you.
Seems like most games are available on PC, especially through Steam or one of the other softwares.
Yeah, for sure. It's always interesting to me, and I know this is I don't want to speculate on why or why not this is the case, but I do notice for this event specifically, it seems like they get a lot more console runs for games that are also available on PC, and that's just kind of interesting, because I feel like this is the boss, by the way. This is how the boss is gonna go. Poor boss. Looks like one of the Road Warriors from old WWF, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But a lot less runs on PC, a lot more runs on console, if given both options, is something I've noticed about the Japanese speedrunning community just in general. And I don't know if that's just the runs that happen to get into events, or if it's a truly like difference in the communities or not, or what. But that's just something I've observed. So.
バックジャンプで一気に突っ込んでいきます。やることはそんなに変わりません。ここで消せるかな？Can
we get a round of F's in chat for Metal Glenn Solid's neighbor?
もう一回投げました。突進が来ましたが、なんとか止められましたね。ここは左からしか敵が来ないので、このままパンチャメではめ切ればいいでしょう。
This is coming up on the final fights of the run. I said final fights this time instead of Final Fantasy. This is the final level. It's got a couple different parts to it, but you're just gonna see just like a gauntlet of enemies that Speedy Baron has to go through here. So.
ファイナルファイトはいつでもどこでもアドリブが効きます。
I think totally understandable by accidentally saying Final Fantasy. I think I would too, because they're both FF.
主にはベストなエリアなんですけども、うまくいけるでしょうか。まずは突進を飛び越えていきます。そして次、ザコを引きつけて左にまとめます。ここで飛ぶとアンドレの突進が止まります。一気に突っ込む。
Yeah, it's interesting that he said earlier that it probably takes place in New York because he saw the Atlantic Ocean. Yet I see palm trees. So,
yeah,
it's supposed to be the same city.
maybe they just made America one island.
It's That's a fast
That's
jump.
quite the diving board, by the way, too.
Oh, yeah.
There's like high dives, and I don't even know what all that is. This is It's very ornate too. We're in someone's very. I mean, this is the crime lord's mansion or something, but it's all very ornate. So.
捕まったら袋叩きにあって一ミスするかもしれません。怖い。いい感じですね。お肉も取
I
れて。
mean, yeah, it's like you're just gonna see walls of enemies, and like every time the screen transitions, there's gonna be like
ここから
four or more of like just some really hard enemy. Plus we've got the barrels. Plus we've got the chandeliers. Just
ここは
game is really throwing everything it can at you when you get down to the end here. So
おっとおっと
would not also be surprised if Baron took a death here at some point. Has not taken a death yet that I've seen, but it can happen.
なかなか厄介じゃないですかねこれね
As long as he doesn't game over.
なんとか
That's all that matters for this category. So this feels like a little bit of scramble mode right now,
体力残ってんのさ
but I think he's kind of got him grouped up again now, except for that one that keeps jumping over. There we go. All right.
降ってきますので左に投げて消します
Yeah, see, his health is getting
こ
down
の
there.
ドロップ缶に消してもらいます
Yeah, if he takes a death, it's not the end of the world. And actually,
で次ラストですね
taking a death could actually be kind of beneficial depending on when it happens, because when you die in this game, all of the enemies get knocked down, so it kind of gives you a quick reset as well. That was an amazing move to just like jump up and catch that enemy that was trying to jump over.
壁際に持ってきましょうかいい感
All
じ
right,
ですね
he's got them all on the correct side of the room now. All right, this is looking good. Oh, I think that throw was maybe unintentional. Not sure. Maybe it was intentional. I don't know.
ナイフを投げてクリア最終エリアに
Okay. And
最
then
終防衛ラインという RTA でも
I think there's another room here. The very annoying or like evil thing about this room is it's not this transition, but one of the screen transitions coming up after this. You'll get stopped on a like there will be a column on the right side of the screen that you will not be able to move past, and enemies will spawn. It's this one
まあこうなります
on that side of the column where you will not be able to see them particularly. So,
ただ2ミスしちゃうところも
but
あ
yeah,
るんでこれ
did take that death there. Not surprising.
くぐっていきたいが
But really only a couple screens left before the final boss. So
不発に終わってよし
Yeah, he's kind of surrounded there. I'm guessing it's probably not.
このままパンチ雨ではめきれればよかった
no, I think it's just really hard to keep the enemies all the crowd control. That was really good right there, just to do that throw to keep that. So
これでパンチ雨を
I think he's got it now.
おっとバックジャンプが見せ
I
まし
noticed
た
like
が
just right there, and also in the run up when I watched last night, sometimes he has the enemies when he has them put together. You know, sometimes just off screen and you just kind of pummel them just off screen.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll be able to hit the enemies when they're not on the screen. All right, and this is the final boss. This is Belger.
ジャンプの着地を
And
していきます
just gotta defeat this boss. This is time on the final hit, and the boss does not have a ton of health. So
ザコが裏に回ろうとしているなちょっと厳しいですが
he is very dangerous though. He's got like a crossbow. Yeah. He jumps around a lot. It's pretty hard to keep him where you want him.
できれば勝ちです勝った
Tell the runner's being very careful here.
タイマーストップだったんですが
All
ま
right,
あ
took another death. Get down to our last life here. But that's
タイ
it.
マーストップです
That is time.
2ミス1コインクリアタイムが20分18秒ですね
GG's.
両方とも1コインで21分以内目標達成できました、この BGM がですねゲームセンターの中でもよく響きましてああここまで来てよかったなここまでプレイしてよかったなとそういう気分にさせてくれますああ本当によかったさて私、このゲームを20年ほどやってるわけなんですけれども2020年の8月9日から動画投稿活動もやっておりましてちょうど今日で5周年にあたります、ファイナルファイトの攻略動画ですとかあるいは小ネタをまとめたネタ動画ですとか投稿しておりますのでああこのゲーム昔クリアできなかったんだよなという方やあ今日見てみて面白そうじゃんなどと思った方よろしければ私のところに遊びに来てください でそれよりもさらに大切なのがこの RTA in Japan のスイッチの収益ですね。
As our runners do their sign off, I know y'all are sticking around for commentary for the next thing, but do you want to tell the people where they can find you if they want to hear more of your lovely commentary and voices?
Yeah, I'm just I stream occasionally twitch.tv/moonblazewolf. Like I said, I mainly speedrun RPGs, but I do other stuff occasionally as well. So check me out.
And yeah, I am currently busy doing life percents, so haven't been able to stream, but I hope to get back to soon. You can catch me at BahamutX _ when I do stream, I do stream River City Girls games, but I also like to speedrun sometimes VR games and RPGs as well.